This trial is evaluating new adjunctive host-directed therapies in drug-resistant TB patients. We think that we could get 2 of the 4 years of life lost due to post-TB lung disease. That is groundbreaking.
The study addresses an issue of improving treatment using host-directed therapy. And I think this is a very promising new field of research which can lead to a strong improvement of tuberculosis treatment. And specifically, I think we are one of the few projects which address post-TB disease. We know now that roughly a bit less than 50% of the burden of TB is not attributed to the time where the disease actually occurs, but the time afterwards. And there are only very few research projects addressing this issue.
The treatment for TB for the past 50 years have consisted of a couple of antibiotics, unusual antibiotics, specifically for tuberculosis, that are given for several months. And we do manage to eradicate the infection, which is good in a majority of the cases, but we don't really cure the patients. To my way of thinking, to say someone is cured means that you have returned them to their previous state of health, of good health. And for at least half of the patients with tuberculosis, they are not returned to their previous state of good health. They have, even if the infection is resolved, they have lifelong problems with their breathing, with their heart, with other organs. It takes years off their life, and it causes them difficulty. And we are hoping not just to improve the eradication of the infection, but we're hoping to figure out a way to restore lung function in particular in patients whose lungs would otherwise be permanently damaged by TB.
I think the progress in the last year, so in 2023, has really been amazing. We made a lot of progress on our deliverables and our milestones towards the Commission, our funder, the enrollment of the first patient, the regulatory approval, and ethics approval for all clinical sites.
So the patients will come into this study with what's called drug-resistant tuberculosis. So it's resistant to the 4 drugs, at least one of the 4 drugs that are usually part of standard drug treatment. And so we have to fall back on second-line antibiotics to treat these infections. And everyone in the study will get those drugs. It will vary according to country. Some countries use some drugs and others use others. I think there has been quite a bit of progress in the development of new regimens for drug-resistant TB over the past years, and countries have adopted them in different ways. So everyone in all of the countries will get at least whatever the standard of care treatment is.
So a lot of the participants that we recruit are often quite ill, but our retention rates in our TB treatment trials are quite high and remarkable. And this shows that there is a keen interest in participants to participate in cutting-edge research.
It's the first time Orem has received this type of funding from the European Commission under the Horizon 2020 program. And it's the first time, to my knowledge, that we have done a study trying to improve treatment in patients with drug-resistant tuberculosis by adding not an antibiotic, but by adding something to help the patient's body's own cells fight off the infection.
I'd like to congratulate all of the sites from the bottom of my heart for enrolling their first patients and keeping up with the enrollment every month, and your continuous support of this study.
So Orem Tembisa, this is a site that I'm particularly passionate about. It is a site that has led a number of our Orem investigator-led trials. It is up to you to continue this forefront of research in the communities in which you work and ultimately have impacted the lives of those in the Thabisa community. Your commitment and ability to enroll, recruit and retain patients while collecting valuable, high-quality data remains your asset. Keep up the good work.
Our participants are very friendly. They do like our site. They do like interacting with us. They do like interacting with the staff, from the drivers to the nurses and the doctors.
I want to thank the sponsor, the partners, and everyone involved in HDT trial. Thank you very much.
I want to thank our team and our patients and everyone who is involved in the project, helping us meet the milestones that we have, to get the approvals, to get the drug, to get the clinics up and running, and to get the patients enrolled. And I'm really looking forward to our work over the next year to see if it actually does what we think